Alright, here we go again, and welcome back to another Fallout 4 settlement tour. This is going to be episode 3 of my series, and as requested by one of my viewers, we're at the Slog this time. To give an interesting little background on this location, per Fallout Wiki, this place was once the Middlesex County public swimming pool. The Slog is the only tarberry bog left in the Commonwealth. The name the Slog only came about recently after a heavy rainstorm and a trader had to slog through all the mud to get a shipment of tarberries, but it was worth it. Even more unique, this settlement is run entirely by ghouls, who formed it after Mayor McDonough exiled them from Diamond City. The way Wise Man sees it, who is basically the leader of this location, if the Slog could be more than simply a refuge for outcast ghouls and seen as an example of what can be achieved when a collective puts their minds to something and cooperate, perhaps the stereotype about ghouls being monsters might fade. So, I built this location up kind of with the lore in mind. So it's a very wastelander and people-friendly settlement. Currently, the ghouls that were at this location are still the only settlers at this location, and I'm not sure if that will change. But as of now, it's just that. So to go ahead and jump right into it, I will take you guys through the main building first, which is the one and only building that was actually here, aside from the pool. It's initially staged out as 2 bathrooms, and those bathrooms are basically where all the beds are set up and they sleep, and this main space has a couple couches initially as well. So I kept the main space kind of as it was and just made it more comfortable and added plenty more seating into it. And a cool little jukebox and stuff to just make it feel comfortable and lived in for them when they're in their downtime and not working. On the right hand side here we have the bathroom that I built out. Using concrete walls, I was able to cut off and make basically 3 individual stalls to give them a little bit more privacy when they're in here as well. So you got the 2 stalls here on the right, and then on the left hand side we got the 3rd one. And then obviously you can't build mirrors or any other bathroom type stuff, so instead I just put up some posters and thought it looked pretty good. So that's that for the bathroom, or the main bathroom I should say. And then coming over here on this side, we've got their storage space slash kind of an office space that I gave them. The office space mainly meant for defense, but again, just another spot where they can come out and chill if they want to. And then the rest of it is just used for storage of general goods, cleaning supplies, or anything that they could use to break down and use around the settlement. And then going out the back entrance towards the pool, we've got our little shopping plaza here on the left hand side. On the right hand side we've got a security shack, our little Tarberry Tavern bar, our farm, and then on the back side I gave them a storage shed, and then 2 extra bathrooms as well. So first to start, I'm going to go up these stairs and I'll take you to their living quarters. So basically this whole roof is just another chill spot for them. So starting off on the deck, got more seating as we come around the outside here. And then in the back, got 2 patio tables set up and another bench way back there. All just more chill seating space, and it looks like it's nice and comfy when the sun's out. And they've got a good overlook of their own settlement too. Alright, going into the quarters, this is basically my standard setup, I would say, for all my settlements when it comes to bed setups. I just like these beds because it's on the nicer end of the beds, and still gives plenty of space to be able to put a lot of them down. And yeah, you can still add little tables in between too and decorate those as you wish, as you see fit. If you're to do this design yourself, it could be nice to go around and grab a bunch of pillows too and put those near the headboards so it doesn't look as empty, but um, yeah, I didn't do that because it's a pain in the ass to find a bunch of straw pillows or actual nice white pillows. And then again, the upstairs too. And these guys got a little storage shelf with some booze and water and things to heal up if they need. Cool. And then there's also a guard shack up here too. My main power setup is this one, this big wind turbine over here, and then I got another big wind turbine over there by the farm. And then there's a couple other hidden generators that I can show you later on. One behind the storage shed, and then a couple other that I was able to sink into the ground using the pillar glitch. And then I didn't really talk about this too much, but this conduit actually runs back into the main building. This is actually one of my favorite things that I did. I haven't really messed with the power stuff too much. I'm kind of new to the whole conduits and electricity stuff, so I kind of messed around with that a little bit on this build and was able to get a wall pass through. And that wall pass through actually operates a couple of the lights in here, as well as all four of these double doors, these double concrete doors in here, and I thought that was pretty neat. So all four of these have switches, can open and close, powers those two lights like I said, and then it also powers this vault terminal to the terminal's just used to, you know, rally the troops basically and assign them to jobs if they're not assigned and whatnot. Anyways, jumping back into what I was doing, going to the armor stand. This is the first one. I've got people assigned to each of these shops. They at times like to mill around and do their own thing or go over to the farm and do some farming work, but anyways, like I said, this is the armor stand, so as we work our way in here, got a couple mannequins with some of the different armors available displayed on them. And then plenty of storage shelves with armor and, you know, clothing that may be available to wear with that armor. And we even have super mutant armor down here too. Friendly to all kinds. And then finally the armor stand, of course, the actual workstation, so you can come in here and craft, modify, scrap, whatever you need to do. Alright, and then working our way into the weapon stand, which this girl actually runs. We've got all of the goods that you would expect for a weapon stand. So we've got weapons, mods, and then plenty of different ammos and other tools and things you may need to modify, craft, or repair your current weapons. And then in each shop I put a floor safe, just because, kind of like a Bethesda thing to do, where, you know, each shop owner has their own little private safe or chest or something somewhere. In the back left-hand corner, got the weapons workbench. And then this guy has some space left over, so I gave her her own private little desk and, you know, file storage and whatnot. She seems to be a pretty heavy cigarette smoker. Alright, anyways, going into the clinic here now. As you would expect for a clinic, we've got a little bit of a waiting area over here. And some things for the customers to enjoy, I suppose, while they're waiting. Back here, again, another storage shelf for the actual person that runs the shop. And then, of course, this is how their actual stand looks. They've got some tools and whatnot staged out on their stand. And some more storage underneath it. I like this building the most because I built this little bridge to... It's got a double entrance, so on one end you got this bridge, on the other end you got the door, and I just thought it was kind of cool that it went across the pool, and got a couple water filters in there as well. And one of the people, I believe it's Wise Man himself, still actually works on the Tarberries down here from time to time, and some of the people tend to come out down there and help him out. Alright, so I'm going to actually go back through this building and towards the clothing shop. So as you can see here on the left, we've got another guard stand, or a guard stand, yeah, another guard stand, as well as another machine gun turret, and a visible power generator there as well, tucked away in that back corner. And then, like I said, this is the clothing stand, so anything clothing they've got available in here. So basically anything you'll wear on your head. Got all your fancy-ish clothes here. A couple mannequins to display as well. And then these are more just regular general Wastelander clothing that you would see around, with the exception of the Vault-Tec lab coat and the Grognak skirt. But yeah, anyways. And another annoying thing about the settlements is you can never move these workbenches, which I feel like should be a thing that you should be allowed to do, as well as these stupid ass lights. You can't get rid of those either, unless there's some sort of console command to disable them or something that I don't know of, but yeah. Anyway, so I kind of just tried to make it fit in a little bit more to the build, so I added a little tool shed just next to it, with a little tool chest in there as well. But that was the best I could do with that. And then one of my favorite things, it's one of the smallest, but I really like this just because it's the Tarberry Tavern. It's got a cool name to it, and Homegirl's actually working here. So this is where you get all your drinks and your foods if you need it on your off time, your downtime. And then just to the left of her, where a bunch of the people are actually right now, is my farm area that I staged out. Initially I had a nice wooden fence built around this where the mute fruits are lined up, but the settlers loved to just get stuck on that, so I just got rid of it and added some potatoes in there as well, and it still looks pretty good. The main crops that they have in here is corn and wheat. Is that what that is? Wheat? Yeah. I can't remember. But anyways, yeah, these are their main crops. And then there's a little security shack for the guard stand that's over here as well. A little chill spot that they can come in and come hang out in their downtime. Nothing too fancy back here, but... Then as we walk past this big wind turbine, we got another couple restrooms out here. As you can see, men and women's. Nothing too exciting in there, literally just outhouses, as you would expect. Alright, and then the final building, we've got the storage shed. So when you first initially come to this settlement, there's actually a guy chilling out in here. There we go. Messing with his giddy up. And there's a little side mission you can do for him so he can finish building it up, which I actually already did. Not sure why he's still down there building it, but cool little side mission. So to add to the field of that, I guess, or to, you know, keep with the story, I added a bunch of giddy up buttercup components actually in this storage shed when I went out and went to that location, so I thought that was kind of cool. And the rest of it is just, you know, regular shit that you would find in a garage or something like that. Nothing too fancy. And then yeah, going upstairs, same kind of concept up here. Got more storage boxes that they found, and other things that they've just got stored on regular shelves. And then behind the shed, got another gun, and one final generator. There is another little secret generator that I have. Like I said, um, just using the pillar glitch, you can sink generators like into the ground away from the settlement, so that pillar out there has a generator connected to it that's just below the floor. But other than that, all the generators are pretty much visible, just tucked away in a little secret location. And then we got a lot of lights and neons and stuff too, so I will switch over to nighttime and I'll show you it at night, and then that'll pretty much wrap up this build, I believe. So I'll be back with you in just a moment. Alright, and here we are at night. So I won't waste too much time on this, just a quick walkthrough of around the pool side where the main area is basically lit up. Got a lot of string lights that I hung up around the exteriors of all these buildings, as well as regular street lamps that I hooked up to the power sources that are on the rooftops of each of the buildings. Coming around the backside of the pool to, like I said, one of my favorites, the Tarberry Tavern. And just a quick peek at the security shack. There's the medical tent again. Oh wow, didn't realize you were right there. And then the main big two buildings. And the Brahmin that's inside, just ignore that. And then we got some posters here along the outside wall, along with a couple power armor workstations. And some more benches over here too that I didn't really show too much of earlier, other than when I walked through with those conduits. So yeah, anyways, I think that that about wraps it up for this one. Thank you guys for all the comments on the last one. Please leave more suggestions for other locations you'd like to see, and I'll get right on those. Leave a like if you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.